first speaker. You know her well. You'll hear a lot more from her later on this evening. But this is her take on earth energies, and I'm going to be on in the control spot over here.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have a role swap for a change. Normally obviously bouncing on a hello, good evening, blah blah. And to be able to actually be doing something like this. So I'm going to grab my water. This little intro of a long talk that I have done in the past, and I have a longer version of this. But this is the potted version of just the energies, none of the what you call orbs, which I call eleons. It's just the energies today that we think have come out of the ground in 4 separate churches over the course of a summer of June and July of the year 2008. And we've never had an explanation for these visions. And if Steve would like to go to the next one, because we're still not sure. We know it's not camera shake. We totally deny the camera shake, because when you can see, sometimes you take pictures of perhaps the moon or Venus, it will go like it's scrawling with blue paint. And that's exactly what these are. So Steve, and they start getting more energetic as the time goes on. I don't understand why they started to vibrate to start with, but if you can show it next, Steve, is we have a stick, like teacher. This is an energy that looks like a sun energy, but that's actually come out of the ground. It's definitely a dog. If it could make sounds, it would go. I was imagining, and we even thought at one time to put music to this, because we did at the end of one of them. But that was the beginning of something, and as I could feel the energy in this particular church, it was over the course of Milford-on-Sea, Shillingstone, Bishop's Corndall, and one church that I beg to be forgiven, I've forgotten which one it was. And I could feel some energies in my arms. I thought, oh, let's see what's going on. Boom. And then all these things were happening. And here we've got a hand of some kind, and we've got a little green line. We've got energies each side. And if one looks at the actual camera on the screen on the camera, if you turn the camera like this, it actually looks 3D, and the energy is absolutely amazing. And so when it gets put to the laptop and then put on here, you're only getting basically, it's a bit like a Chinese whisper. You're not actually getting the energy of what is truly there. Next, Steve. And again, it's literally coming, for some reason, I'm holding the camera and it's coming up like this. Wow. So, next. And again, I think that's just a magnified version of the one before the last one. Again, with the little curls. And on the camera, again, it shows like fibre. And again, Steve, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, but as long as you're grabbing the idea of what is going on here. And again, we've got the little hand, or this here, coming up. And again, Steve, do you know which church this is in? This is either one of those 4. I'll be able to tell you the Milford-on-Sea one soon, because I know the roof, because I go there. Yeah. Well, I go to these as well often, but not to actually worship or anything. Again, this is on the camera, it's got colours, which I'm hoping you'll be able to see soon. And the energy here on the left, you're right there, David, being stood here. So you see the energy there as well. Again, next, Steve. And again, it's got this green, and on the camera it looks green and it looks red. But why is it going and then like this? It's like it's changing direction all this on its own, isn't it? Next,
Lorna, did you just have to be visiting these churches?
Yes. Yes, and I was having feelings up my arms of, what's going on here? Because originally I used to photograph orbs, and I've got a massive collection of orbs, you see, and that's what we used to go to these churches to find, just these orbs. So when I found that I'm having these, I thought, this is a whole new episode here. So, right, next one, Steve. And again, we've got the fibres on the left, and then in the middle, I mean, there's like a block, but on the camera it looks like fibre and hair or something.
Is this during the day or at night?
The daytime.
Daytime.
Daytime. And most of the time, there was silence, because sometimes when we used to get the orbs, which are called eleons, I haven't brought any of my stuff today because I wanted to make this a post version. It's just condensed to one of my talk. And with the orbs, I've got such a vast collection of those. But this is a completely new episode. I don't know what this is about. It only lasted for 1 year. So next, Steve, that's it close up. You can see like kind of fibres, but it's sort of split. And then again, Steve. Oh, that's the close up again. And again, you can just see slightly, just the fibres there, but we do not know if suggestions true. It would be a nice idea.
Yeah. Somebody's watching you.
Now this is Milford-on-Sea.
What camera did you use?
An ordinary, everyday digital camera. I'm trying to think what it was. It was a Sony. That's what my phone's off. It's a Sony camera. Now this is Milford-on-Sea, and the picture actually on the stick is vivid green. And all around here, all the energy is here. I mean, you can actually feel the energy swirling up, and that's definitely Milford-on-Sea. Right, next one, Steve. Thank you. And that's the piece that you saw on the left, like an elbow coming around like that. And then as you get closer still, you can see even more energy here coming up. Again, it's swirling and it's in fibres.
So you couldn't see this unless you had the camera?
No, couldn't see with my...
Only on the camera?
Only on the camera. I can't see anything like some people can see the orbs, the eleons with their naked eye. I actually can't. Next, Steve. And that's it again, really close. It seems to be parted again. I don't know why. And look next. This is the same church, and again, something's clearly trying to manifest here. The two arms, I call those the hands to heaven, because eventually you will see that they actually look like two arms, literally going like this. And the one spiral up there, and then the left. You can see they're trying to come up. And someone actually said to me, what if you took a photograph of the floor? I said, well, I didn't think of it, because I can feel the energies higher up. Next. And there they are closer, we have a thumb there. And then all this thing on the left-hand side, I don't know what they are.
Have you shown this to the pastor of the church himself?
Sorry?
We contacted the pastor of the church and actually shown him.
I showed the vicar of Milford-on-Sea.
Yeah.
I said, Dominic, this is my church. They're my photographs. I want to share them with you. He said, well, you know, Lorna. So that's all I had, I'm afraid. So next thing. And there they are. I mean, isn't it amazing? It's just, it's pure energy. Do you disagree with any of this? Would you say not energy? Because it's not my imagination, because you're all looking at it. And it's all...
Did you have a flash on at the time?
I did, yes. Flash all the time. But people have had energies without, because you've been outside and have them. But I haven't. This is all flash on here. Which makes me think, am I grabbing something that has actually, what can I say, dare I say another dimension? I don't know. I'm not the expert. I'm just sharing this with you. Next thing. And again, it looks bending. It's almost seems to be bending, like bending light. It's bending light, I imagine it to be. But it's the colours. Next, Steve.
Green, isn't it?
And there's the green again. That's from the other part of the church. And that is vivid green on my camera. Next, Steve. And that's it closer. The fibre on that, what can that be? Because you can actually see on the left here, all this energy, you can see it in the background, can't you? This energy stuff. And again, it seems to be wafting up like this. Next one. And that's closer again. Again, it's almost like a fibre. Next. This is another church. Please believe me, I can't remember which one it was. Again, it seems to want to go up and then bend and change directions. Again, it's almost like it has a brain. Who knows? It may have. Next. And again, the green is quite predominant. I don't know why the green would be so strong here, but there is actually fibres of different colour in there. Next.
Lorna, did you feel the energies as soon as you walked in there, or do you think you're being more triggered them coming up? Or?
Well, I was told it could have been me triggering this stuff, because I was going through a stage in my life for about 2 years where I was all of a sudden had these gifts, if you like, and I was collecting these orbs, and I was actually saying, can you manifest and start moving? And it was happening. I don't possess that gift now. I believe that gifts of this sort, it's like the waves in the sea. Things come and go. It's like friendships and relationships and jobs. Things just come and go in a cycle of life. And I believe the gifts that came here was here because I don't know anyone else that has these pictures. I've even written to a lady in America, the lady who wrote Tuning the Diamonds, Susan Joy Renison, and she suggested it was of a spiritual nature, and she works at NASA. So that was rather nice to hear that. Actually, a lady that said that. So please, again, here we are, the green again, and the white, and again, perfect straight lines there. None of this again. So let's see.
With this,
Yeah.
are you, if you can't see when you take the shot, do you come home with lots of frames with nothing on?
No.
You don't. So it's almost as though they're actually performing almost
That's what I
for
was
the camera.
told, yeah.
They're almost like, because they know they're just about to be seen in another way, they're making themselves visible in some way. See, the thing is as a photographer, I can see that the background is sharp.
Yeah, yes.
So therefore, there
Yeah.
can't have been anything to do with movement. And with a flash fires in a 60th of a second, and it's the flash that freezes the
That
action.
image.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to get camera shake with flash because it's the speed of the flash which freezes the image. It's not the movement of the camera.
No. And I'm pretty, you know, and I'm not a brick one. I actually have got a really firm hand anyway, so it's not as if I've got anything like this. But yes, as I was walking in, I was actually grabbing these feelings here, on the backs of the arms here. Oh, I've got this. And it was like, oh, look at this. And I just take some pictures. And this is what happened. So once I got confident, I then went into the other churches and I actually said, wow, are you going to sort of like show yourself today? And woof, right, next one.
You said you couldn't see them with the naked eye, but could you see them through the viewfinder?
No, because I wasn't looking.
So you just took them blind?
Yes, I wasn't looking because I was home at my house. A bit like you do at Glastonbury. With your camera and you think, oh, I've got Kasabian. Yeah.
I have taken paranormal photographs like this. I got something like that at St. Bartholomew's Church in London one time with the camera had streaks like that. And it just happened there. But we do paranormal photography. I was going through the pool, and the smoke starts appearing in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that's what I've got as well, plasma. That's another story. That's another story.
I'd like to know what it is, but
Yeah.
I've done similar things at Mount Adams in south central Washington, where you get this mist, and there's no orbs, you just get this mist. And on 2 shots, I actually saw it with my bare eyes. I was looking up, I was pointing up in the sky, and I actually saw a cloud there when the flash went off on 2 occasions.
That's quite common because it could be plasma. I've actually been followed by plasma. And I've got the most amazing things, which again, sorry, it's just another talk, because we just couldn't do it in one evening. It's like a 3-section job. And again, the plasma is amazing, and sometimes it's even shaped.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, it was beautiful, but it is another subject. But yeah, the plasma's wonderful, because I believe a lot of this is plasma. And energy, like the sun's got stuff coming off. Why can't we have stuff coming off our little planet?
Sure.
And look at the blue, and that's my little, look at the little Elliot, you see, I finally got the hello, I'm here. You see, he finally showed up, one of them, and there it is with a bit of blue, so Steve, next. And that's what is close. Well, Jean-Luc Picard, suggestion is true, because I can't possibly think what that is. And it's there, it's honest, it's open, and it's truthful. And it's twirling. And next
Perhaps
one.
you've got worms.
Perhaps I got So isn't that just so? It's just wavy and curly. And next one, let's see.
Do you get any messages or ideas?
Yeah. all the time. There's stuff coming through. I have to actually close the book and say that's enough now. I've had to close down quite a few times over the years.
The big revelations, or
Sorry?
are the revelations, or just an idea?
Yes, I have a revelation. There's going to be a workshop in September about it because it's from the sun though, and it's one of the orbs that sent me stuff, and it's a blue one, and it's got the same colour as the Christ didn't pass. It's got the same colour as the sun's halo, the blue, and it certainly said something about teaching. Not teaching, but being a messenger of to bring people into the Aquarian age more comfortably, because a lot of people are very uncomfortable at the moment with themselves and with what they're doing, and they're finding it almost like a chrysalis where you sort of, I need to change and move and get out of this tight jacket and woof into these wings to open up. And this is what the energies were actually revelations, if you like.
Have you read Diana Cooper on the orbs?
But I know about.
Because she says
I know
that
about.
they're archangels.
Yeah, she has. Like Stuart says the same thing. Stuart.
Yes.
Stuart.
Yes.
Yeah. Forget him, should I? He's another one that talks about the angels and the archangels. Yeah, I don't have that with my.
Because you get definite different
Aliens.
shapes.
But yeah, it could be. Next week we'll see how it carries on. Here we are with no colours at all, hardly, just a cream colour next to you. And again, it just chops off, and they come from all the different angles as well. Next.
See, once again, that roof is just
It's
perfectly
there.
in focus.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. I mean, you couldn't get it sharp on that if you wanted. And so,
But there seems to be a mist in front of it to make it.
Mm.
It doesn't. It's definitely a mist there as well. Thanks.
so therefore, if there is a movement taking place, if it's on the move, it would have a 60th of a second to get from the bottom of the frame up to the middle.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's there as a block, or if it's travelling, that's how long it's got to impose itself on the camera, and that's a 60th of a second, and that's it.
Because it's crossed my brain in the past to actually do a video. Would a video catch this if I'd stood there and go, well, come on now. But it's, you need the flash to get that. I think the two were married. I think somehow the two are married. Next, Steve, because again, can you see? I think it's a catalyst. I believe the flash, in my experience, was the catalyst for this stuff. Next, please.
Well, is there anything on the floor down below this lot? There's not sort of like built-in graves or tombs.
No, well there are down one. You can see there are things. There's, as we all know, churches are, Norman churches were built on top of the bar area. It was all, wasn't it? It was we had the two invasions and we had stuff built on our pagan landscapes. So there's clearly something there. They're going there for the energy. They're going there for something, aren't they? So how do we know that that even if you go to a really modern church, a Baptist church, or a new Catholic church, which we have near us, that you don't know what's there? Because I know there's a lying down, standing stone there. So we know that was a sacred place. So the church, St Francis of Assisi, has actually been built on that place. So we know there's something going on underneath these sacred parts of the earth. And I think this is where the energy is coming from. It's only my idea, mind you, I'm not sure. Again, that's just closer. Look at the perfection of those lines. Huh?
Next, this is actually seeing the earth energies.
Yeah, sorry.
This is actually seeing earth.
Well, this is seeing earth energies. They're actually materialised on a camera. And there's just two on each side, look. Again, but as Steve, thank you very much for saying that the actual roof is clear, isn't it? Are you asleep? But it's only asleep when you can look. Right, next. This is obviously a close-up. I tried to widen it a bit, but I got it as wide as I could. But again, we've got the green there. So right, next one, and then we'll again.
Did you find them more common, say, at the altar or at the baptismal font or at the door, the main door?
The altar.
The altar. Yeah.
I did turn around on occasions, and where the font would be, and but I did mainly in the centre as I was going towards the altar, and then I did veer slightly to the left and right. So, because obviously that we know that's where the main energy is, don't we? Next one, please. Because I've got some really surprising ones in a second to show you, if these aren't surprising enough. So again, we've got this green energy, and again, it's like it's shooting up and then gradually, slowly coming down again. A bit like you would see when you see the sun on TV programmes, isn't it? And on YouTube, when you see the sun's energy come, like it's like molten, isn't it? Splitting off. And again, see, this is where the cuties come in. This is where the ones that make me shiver a bit, because I've got a little vague idea about these. Again, on the camera, it looks like twisted fibre. It looks really amazingly beautiful, even if you're not saying, wow, what is that? Is that science? Is that spiritual?
All the strands are very clearly defined.
What is the strands? Yes, it's it looks like hair. It looks like hair on the camera. And again, Steve,
Did you clean the lens? Did you clean the lens of the camera?
she's my heckler, sorry about that. Yes, I do. The dust, sorry, the dust, yes.
Have you considered using other spectrums of light, infrared, ultraviolet?
I haven't, no, and I wouldn't know how to. Because I'm just a photographer who enjoys stuff, but yeah, we've thought about doing things on a wider basis, but this is just, yeah, next one. That's close up, that's pretty sharp. Now in between those colours, there's red, but you can't see it on here, because this is third hand, and again, Steve.
Do you think the purple could be metatonic energy?
Well, someone mentioned that, and it could be, like the violet flame, it could be at the top, it could be one of the colours, could be at the top, the crown. And yes, people have actually asked this question as well. I don't know. It's a nice input, thank you. Again, that yellow twisting stuff, that's right. All that twisting stuff. Can you shot the back? I should have a few less sugar. Oh yeah, can you see that bending there, like fibre again? The hair again on there. Right, again, thanks. Now on the camera, it looks very bright on here, but on the camera it's really defined again. And again, it's shockingly bright and blurred, but again, on the camera it's looking really clear. Next. And that's it close up again. I mean, what is pushing that stuff up? What does it look, my question is, what does it look like down here on the ground level? And this is, we get into the beauty again here, and on the left here, there is red coming through the energy, and yet